Hi guys, GM everyone. Welcome to today's panel discussion on the potential of Telegram mini apps. And I'm super thrilled to dive into this topic with you today and explore the potential for developers, businesses, and users. And as many of you know, Telegram mini apps are fast becoming a very powerful tool for engaging users and building communities directly within Telegram's ecosystem. And they've opened up new possibilities for games, productivity tools, and marketing strategies, of course, that tap into the Telegram's large and active user base. And today we're super fortunate to have an incredible panel of industry leaders and innovators in the space. So allow me to introduce them to you. The first speaker for today is Nick. Nick is the CEO of TimeToTerminal, and he has great experience in developing the mini app on Telegram and also making it popular, making it usable, making it likable. So we're super excited to hear what they have to say about today's topic today. Hi there, Nick. How are you?
Hello, GM everyone. Glad to be here and discuss this trend of mini apps, which we see for the whole summer. And basically, we will have the future for this Telegram blockchain itself to represent how to breach the Web 2 audience to the Web 3. So, looking forward for this discussion. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today. As you mentioned, looking forward to hear everything you have to say. We also have here Marius. Marius from ZeshApps, who brings deep insights into the app development and optimization. Hi there, Marius. How are you?
Hey guys, all good, all good. It's a pleasure to be here every time when I have the occasion to learn more about the Telegram mini apps because you doesn't matter how much knowledge you have, it's never enough to evolve in this space. Thanks for inviting me.
Thank you so much for joining. We have here Neutize with us. He's building Me app community, also building the Tanagachi bot, and I'm sure he has a lot more to tell us about his experience, way better than I could. Hi there, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you? Thanks for having me and giving me the mic. We're building basically a Telegram mini app Tanagachi. I think that is not related to today's topic. And what is interesting about Tanagachi app is that we're really a small indie team which started this project, as a pet project, and thanks to Ton community and Ton Foundation itself and what they are building, we gained our first audience, and I think I can tell you something about White Ton and why Ton is good and what it suggests to developers and to their community.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today. Looking forward to our panel discussion. We also have here Ante with us today. Ante from Infinity Games. Ante, tell us more.
Hi guys, hi to you and to you as a host, and hi to all panelists here. I'm Ante Medić, I'm co-founder of Infinity Games. We are building a Web3 interoperability gaming ecosystem. We have developed a blockchain protocol that allows the interoperability on the blockchain layer, and we are building a platform that will allow the interoperability on the application layer. And for the past 2.5 years, we have been developing the flagship game of the whole ecosystem called Infinity Heroes. It is a 3D auto chess fully built inside our house, and it will serve as a starting pool of the graphical assets that will be shared across the ecosystem, because our ultimate goal is for the players to play with the same digital assets or NFTs across different games, and for the gaming studios to have faster development time through the shared assets, to shared user base, and of course the logistical support through our Infi token. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm looking forward to this discussion around Telegram apps.
Very much looking forward to hearing everything that you have to bring to today's discussion. Thank you so much for joining us. We also have here Vlad with us. Vlad from One Only VC. He's an expert in venture capital and startup funding within the app space. Hi there, Vlad. How are you?
Hi there. Hi. I'm totally fine. Extremely into the work. So yeah, basically I represent the Only VC. It's a venture syndicate. We're helping startups to find not only the money or funding, which is helping them to grow their network, and obviously invest ourselves. And last but not the least, our investment was the Fatty. I do believe a lot of guys know about that coin. So yeah, guys. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you so much for joining. Do we have here Nick from Cryptoteam agency here? I can't really see him joining as a speaker.
Yeah, he was as a listener.
There he is. Now I can see him finally. Perfect. While Nick is joining, Nick, hey there. How are you?
Hey guys, great to hear you. Today we're going to talk about some simple and effective strategies and grow audience in Telegram and apps. Thanks.
Awesome. Perfect. Yes. Thanks for the intro. I was just missing another 2 seconds to see you here. But awesome. Thank you so much for joining today.
Thanks.
All right, guys, let's jump right into the discussion. You know how the drill works. I'm gonna address some questions towards you. It doesn't mean that you are not allowed to answer other speakers' questions, but just to make sure that everyone gets to contribute to the discussion, it would be nice if you could raise your hand. You can find the reactions in the panel below. Yeah, let's go ahead. First, I would really like to start talking to Nick from TimeToTerminal. Nick, can you start off by explaining the key steps and requirements that are involved in the creation of mini apps on Telegram? What do developers need to know before they dive into it? I think that it's a very relevant question to you since you were the one who's gone through the whole experience and maybe can share it with the rest.
Thank you for this question. Basically, at first we are speaking about diving into the blockchain of Telegram, which is Ton. So if we are speaking about to build the mini app, in this case, we need to have this documentation. And at the same time, basically, we can create the product just inside of the Telegram without any need to get out of this. So that's the key changer of this blockchain. Because basically, if we implement it correctly, in this case, we can actually attract our user, keep our user, and actually share any type of experience, any type of services within the Telegram. So we will solve the main issue is that when person searches for some, let's say, service or solution, he needs to use different sources. In this case, all the sources are done in one place. So that's the key advantage of these mini apps.
Awesome, great to hear. Sounds like a nice playground to start creating these apps. Marta, you have a follow-up. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I wasn't aware when you said, hey, how it's going, if we have to do the intro. So if you don't mind, I will make a quick intro and then I will give a feedback to him. So for those who don't know me, I'm the CEO of ZeshApps. I built one of the biggest and largest sports fan communities on the planet. And the last 5 years was dedicated to building Web3 communities. And in January, I started my journey at ZeshApps, which is the first AI-powered growth-fi suite of apps. And by the way, we recently launched our first app on Telegram. It's called To the Moon. And we just reached 800,000 users in less than 2 months, which is an amazing success so far for us because lots of projects are reaching out to help them to increase their communities. And to conclude this intro, I will be a speaker in Germany, Frankfurt, where I will talk about the challenges of building Web3 communities and the next-gen solutions. And of course, Telegram mini apps are part of the speech. So I just wanted to give a follow-up to the discussion that we don't necessarily need Ton blockchain to build mini apps on Telegram because you can be on any chain. You can be a wallet, you can be or a dApp or whatever on any chain, and you still can have a mini app on Telegram that can be a simplified version of your dApp, so your users can the users can access your features in a much more seamless way. That was the follow-up that I wanted to share, because that's important to know that any project from any blockchain can come to Telegram. Of course, for example, us on Telegram, on our Telegram mini app called To the Moon, we integrated the Connect Tone wallet, because that's something very, very popular on Telegram apps. So that's a feature that require Tone and their documentation and their APIs.
Thank you so much, Marta. Marta, since you have the mic, you might as well answer the next question. From your perspective, what are the primary benefits of using Telegram mini apps for developers, businesses, and users? How do these apps enhance user experience within the Telegram ecosystem, or do you find it more easy to engage with from a user perspective base?
Yeah, I guess it depends the goals you have, because for developers it's very easy. They have a very large user base, like we are almost 1 billion right now, and over 500 million of those users are actually interacting with different bots and mini apps. So developers can build, like I mentioned earlier, they can build a live version of their apps without needing users to download anything extra from different marketplace, which that could be quite a pain, especially the fact that, for example, Apple Marketplace had huge fees. Now they will have a real competition with these mini apps on Telegram. And for example, for the businesses, Telegram mini apps offers that seamless way to engage the users, like you said, or if you want to provide different services or even sell products. I have seen businesses transitioning to mini apps to sell products directly from a simple chat interface. And that is just increasing the customer engagement and retention. So it's just convenient for the user just to interact with their favorite businesses and brands. And of course, if we go on the side of the user, the benefits of having everything integrated, I can see Telegram easy becoming a super app. And I loved that I have been in a space where the entire space was about will or not Telegram become one of the super apps as WeChat, and I believe it in the next few years it will, because it has all the potential in front. Now, also, it doesn't require to sharing your contact details, which it's super useful for the users that value privacy. And I love that feature that you can interact with everything and have conserved your privacy. But the benefits are going beyond this, and I will leave other speakers to share their opinion too. I see Ante Medić has something to say.
Ante, please go ahead. You've got one follow-up. Ante, you're muted, just in case you could check your mic once again.
Thank you. Thanks. I just want to say that, Marco, I'm completely agreeing with you that you are not limited to Tone network to develop an application on the Telegram. But for sure, as we all probably know, that Tone originated by the Telegram owners, founders, or devs. And for sure, it is front running the Telegram mini app space. Also, to follow up on the question, I think it is important that you have users on the same place, but also you can provide them gamification, which is very attractive for the users. It's perfectly for the user engagement, very good for the community building, as we are all seeing now community buildings also like in old times with airdrops, classical airdrops, but now that is more engaging with gamified platforms like Galaxy, Zilli, or Interact. But I think that the Telegram has a really good opening to even acquire more of that market. We personally are not developing Telegram apps. We are building standalone games and, as I previously explained, ecosystem, but we are partners with several studios or companies who are working that. One of them is Zesh. I'm very proud of our partnership, and I think there is a lot of potential there for the user acquisition.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ante. Neutize and then Nick.
Yeah, just wanted to add that Telegram is not limited to Web3. There are a lot of developers and Web2 companies developing their own Telegram mini apps. For example, a company where I worked before, they're building. They're just FMCG retail, and they're building their Telegram mini app because it's another gateway for users to access the product, or to get to buy their products or to get services, and that's cool. In my opinion, what Pavel is trying to build and the whole Telegram team, right? They're trying to build a global WeChat. WeChat is, I suppose, only popular in China, but Telegram is available across the world. And if they will manage to do what they planned, that will be like a game changer. And to add from Web3 side, what I like about Telegram mini apps and Ton ecosystem, that it supports community, it supports builders. They have a lot of different instruments for helping small builders, small indie devs like us. For example, like they have a special chat lists for developers. They have Ton Society, they have hackathons, Open League, grants and bounties, and accelerators. For example, we as a Tamagotchi team were accepted, I think, a week ago to Ton Nest, and that's also a game changer, because a lot of different workshops, networking opportunities. I can't imagine any other blockchain which provides such instruments for builders and for the community. And in my opinion, that's what will bring a billion users to Ton. And yeah, Telegram already has billion users.
Thank you so much for your part, Nick. You got the last round of follow-ups, and then we're going to be moving into the next question.
I completely agree with those statements which were shared here, and actually that impression about the super app which we see in the WeChat version, that's a real impression which we can get after exploring the Telegram. And at the same time, this statement about competing with the App Store, I would say that this recent update with the Telegram stars is also an outcome of this type of competition, because basically there were some issues about, like, will be there a possibility to have the application of Telegram on App Store if there is some payments included with the cryptos or with any type of other currencies than the original currency, which is fiat. So this solution with the Telegram stars can be a game changer for continuing using these new ways of currencies. And another step, I would say that basically how Ton develops is that they are taking some advantages from other social apps and implemented it here, because we can have these examples with the stories. They implemented it and took from other social networks. Oh, the same goes with the articles, like a Telegraph or something. So they provide the long read opportunities. And these Telegram stars are also like in-app currency, which is basically allowing people understanding to how it works. But at the same time, this official legislate thing is covered, and basically App Store allows to proceed with this app. So for now, I would say we can get to the trends, and completely agree that this topic not only about the Web3, because basically we have this app used by absolutely almost 1 billion people, and the the vast majority of these people are not familiar with the blockchain at all. And here we are speaking about like what can be an outcome. We can have regular stores like we had it on Instagram. So the same thing can go here on Telegram, just a couple of matter of time.
Thank you so much, Nick. Now I would like to talk to another Nick that we have in here, the founder at the Cryptoteam agency. Nick, since you are an expert in marketing, you've probably extensively worked with promoting mini apps. Could you share with us some marketing strategies that have proven effective for driving the user acquisition and engagement for mini apps on Telegram?
Hey guys. So let's talk at different strategies for promoting mini apps on Telegram. And honestly, I think there's a few ways to go about it, depending on what the founders want to focus on. The first point is the selling ads strategy. And I think it's a pretty straightforward strategy. You buy traffic from other mini apps and sell ads on your own. It's super simple. Pros of this strategy is a quick way to make money. And cons of the strategy, the audience size is kind of limited. And quality of these users, not the best, I think, in this strategy. And the second point, the building an audience and selling tokens. And if you want to build a bigger audience and sell tokens, you probably want to focus on paid channels like Meta, Facebook, Instagram, Google, TikTok, YouTube, and other channels. And cash share is the audience from these channels, especially in regions like India, Iran, and CIS. And I think it's not always super high paying, but and fun fact that we got like 10 traffic channels that average around 3-5 cents per user from these channels. Plus of the strategies, Telegram web apps are great for warming up and onboarding users into your product, and especially if you want to sell token. And cons of this strategy is a newer strategy, and we don't have a ton of case studies to prove it. These ideas to use. So, and the last strategies, I think, the selling in-game items. And if you got a casual game, mobile, and or a similar game, the strategies might work. But in tricks, you gotta get a solid product that hooks users. And I think this effective strategies to use the cross activities, buy traffics from these channels and from other mini apps. So I use you still use some paid channels, and I mentioned before like Meta, TikTok is more effective as 3 or 6 cents per users, and YouTube ads channels at 7 or 9 cents per user. Price of these strategies is pretty cheap to acquire users compared to traditional mobile games. And the cons of these strategies is you wanna have a really competitive product. And I think you gotta trick internal analytics really closely. So in fact, we use more than 30 Google Analytics metrics to track performance inside Telegram web apps. So DAO, MAU is a classic analytics metrics. So the summary is if you wanna use some effective channels to attract your users in Telegram web app, you wanna choose your strategy. And so if you wanna read more detailed strategies and instruments to attract your users in your Telegram web app, you got this tomorrow in my Twitter account. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Nick. Neutize, I want to talk to you about more or less the same kind of thing. I just want to share your experience with Tanagachi. I know that it recently gained like significant traction. Could you share some current trends and examples of successful mini apps and telegrams? What do you think makes them successful, considering Maybe you've seen something that worked for you, maybe something you could note.
Yes. So basically, my advice to you: build a cool product, and hope that Nigerian community of Tongue will support it, because it's by far the best strategy. I see Jeremiah here. Hello. Yeah, basically, the community in Tongue ecosystem is like insane. It's the most active, the most loyal community, and yeah, we got support from the community, and all our users, all our players are fully organic. You know, some players come to us via Spaces or Twitter or some threads, which we saw a lot of threads on Twitter about Tamagotchi, and thanks a lot to everyone who support us. And basically, I think if you build a great product, the community will support it, and you will get a lot of users and a lot of traction just from the community support. The last example, I think, is Docs. It just got viral, and it introduced like a new mechanic. Before that, we only had top to run games, but Docs is a bit different. It just measure your account age and stuff. And everyone got happy with an airdrop from Docs. I think there will be new Telegram mini apps with the new approaches, new mechanics, because, for example, Lost Docs from Notcoin is completely new game with new mechanics, and I just truly believe, if you build a great product, our community will support you. Community is, there are a lot of teachers that research a lot of different Telegram mini apps every day, and if you build something unique, you will get a lot of users. For example, look at the terminal, right? I'm a loyal player since 5th of January, right? And as far as I know, all their users are organic, because it's just a unique game with a unique approach, unique mechanics, and people just like it. So I think that everything starts with the product, and we will definitely see a lot of new products which will become viral thanks to Tom community.
Thank you so much for your answer. Now it makes a lot of sense. Ante, I want to move on to you. I want to talk to you about the developers side of this. What are some common challenges that people are facing when they're creating and launching mini apps in Telegram, and how to overcome them?
As I previously told you, we are building standalone apps. Our game is currently in open beta and available to download for the PC. Personally, we are not developing Telegram apps, but we are partnered with several companies, and one of them is Zesh here. But what I can also add on the previous answer, maybe, or even maybe if you are interested in what were our difficulties to developing a stable game for the PC and for the player versus player, maybe that is other discussion. But here I would like also to mention that, for sure, lots of Web2 companies are building also Telegram apps. They are not limited only to Web3. But with Web3 integration, I think that we can see more potential of the interoperability of those Telegram apps. It's much more easier to make the interoperability, to make, let's say, even say it something like co-marketing with Web3 infrastructure. An example, if you are the owner of NFTs from one community, you can gain perks from other community, etc.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much for your input so far. It sounds good. I don't know, guys. Does anyone have anything else to add on the difficulty side? Maybe if you have experience facing it, Vlad.
Yeah, sure. So, I will start from the little statement. Like in the crowded world of mini apps, differentiation is the kind of new innovation, and I will tell you why. Because one of the primarily challenges in developing all the possible mini apps in Telegram is differentiation of your app into that kind of market. And with a growing number of mini apps available, they're standing out of requires of unique value proposition. So the main point here is to be unique, because actually apps um, the apps that win, they are one that turn users into a players and players into a community. So actually the unique way to that kind of Telegram apps and the new unique movement into that brings the communities inside of that app. So basically, the new true and the new trend that I see is just the unique stuff, and that's actually helps not in the Web3 space, but actually for all possible users, developers, and businesses here. So basically, my point of view is to create the new possible way to engage the user. And regarding to your previous questions about the marketing, I basically think that the real power of marketing on Telegram Rise is creating the community around the experience that you create in that mini app, but not just into the app, but it's all about movement. Yeah, thank you.
100%, Vlad. Thank you so much. Marta had another follow up.
Yeah, I just wanted to have a follow-up previously, but probably didn't see my hand raised. I think I was kind of hanging in the space half ragged. So I just wanted to point out that the success is measured very different from each project. For example, there are some projects on Telegram that have 2, 3, 5 million users, and we tried to buy some exposure there, and they had hard time to deliver good users in short time, meaning that mostly of them had lots of boats, and we all know that there are lots of boats. And I will get that back to this in a short time regarding the challenges we face with Telegram apps. And on the other hand, like another speaker said, pray for Nigeria to notice you, because we got some good shootouts from Indonesia and Africa, and to be honest, our servers just exploded, and those are real users doing tasks and being active. So that's a huge success for us. So as you can see, the success can be measured in different ways, in numbers, in quality of users, in the tasks they perform, in the partnerships they bring. And we are super happy to see that majority that joined it was organically, and many of small KOLs from Indonesia and Africa started to promote us organically, because one, for our coming airdrop, and also because of our daily giveaway, and not to mention the fact they notice us that we have strong support from Scale Network and Ash Crypto. Now, regarding the challenges, one of the biggest challenges when you build different apps on Telegram is that you will when you want to grow your community, or you want to get and gain more users, you will face lots of bots, lots of fake numbers, lots of vanity metrics that you will get in exchange of your money. And you will say, oh, look, we got 3 cents per user, we got 6 cents per user, we got whatever amount, right? And you say, that's a good ROI for one user. Now let's convert it in a client or someone who is active in our community. And that's where you realize that actually more than half of them are some sort of bots, or I don't even name them like low quality users. I don't know. They use all kinds of systems to trick you that like they are users, or they are nowadays they are using AI to impersonate real users, and you think that okay, they did one test, probably they are real, but actually everything nowadays can be fake, and this is one of the biggest challenge. Now a solution for this I don't have right now, but as you know, and I mentioned in other spaces, we are working on a solution where we will track user across social channels, and we will understand how a user is bringing contribution, not just on Telegram, but on X, on Discord, and other social media, and in that way we could score him. And having a digital identity that will be universal available, that will be easier for us to understand who is actually real and who is not. Because the other options is to do the KYC, which is not quite okay for those who value their privacy. However, just by sharing some analytic data about your activity, that's not actually affecting your privacy. Okay, that's my 2 cents feedback for this.
Thank you so much, Marta. A lot of valid points. I can really understand what you're talking about. Ante, one follow
Yeah,
up?
I just want to add that I think that it will be very important for the whole community, for the whole Web3 space, when the Telegram will open up for the Web3, for the Web3 architecture. So I think that we are very close to that. Probably the Twitter will follow. I don't know, guys, if you are remembering, but there was an old app called Kik, later Kin, and they had also their token, but they didn't last too much, even though the chat app was had a great traction, lots of users and millions. But I'm thinking that it will be a breakthrough point when the Telegram will introduce the crypto wallet, and then we will see the full potential of the Telegram mini apps and the collaboration of the various participants of the whole ecosystem.
Let's hope so, Ante. These are some really good aspirations. Vlad, I would like to ask you, as someone who has experience with venture capital, is Mini App attractive for funding?
Yeah, kind of some of them, but the thing is that all previous words of previous speakers are actually into that question, because if the founders are actually making the mini app in the new kind of way, new kind of movement, and new kind of engagement and interaction with the users, of course it'll be very very crowded. So potentially it's very interested from the V side, from the VC side. But basically, we're talking about something unique. But the market, 90% of the mini apps, it's just almost the same gamification stuff. And VCs, trust me, they are waiting something new. They are waiting something incredible, because the future belongs to apps that blend kind of entertain with the ownership. So. We are looking the mini app that actually turn the users into kind of stakeholders of their own experience, and that will like bring the most value for the Telegram, for the Ton, and for the whole industry, because it's obviously transforming and is something huge and big right now. And at this point, I do believe that we will see that kind of products in not more than half a year. So we are still waiting something that we could be sure that it will grow up in valuation, of course, because VC, it's a game of valuations. So basically we need to see the potential, how the mini apps could convert and work with the users to, as Marta said, into a customers. So we are waiting just for that moment.
Thank you so much, Vlad. Marta?
Yeah, I just wanted to add what Vlad said, that I agree that most of these Telegram apps are just a copy-paste of Notcoin or Hamster Combat, because they worked in the past with the NFT. They just copied the successful projects and it worked, but it won't last the test of time. And this is why I have noticed that some big projects that are building actually outside the Telegram, like us, we are not, the Telegram mini app is just 1% of what we are actually building at ZeshApps, but it's very easy to be mistaken that this is just all you get, because most of the Telegram apps, it's that has only one Telegram mini app, and that's it, because most of them are either memes, promising lots of rewards and so on, but either they vanish after they make lots of money from ads or by selling tests, because they cannot honor those promises that they made. Either they don't have any vision or long-term goals. And I just wanted to point out that, for example, at Zesh, like Vlad said, they're expecting something extraordinary. And I cannot say this enough, that, for example, we are bringing, and we are, by the way, Vlad, we are now on private sale, and soon we will start reaching out VCs. And we are the only one in the market that will be able to identify genuine contribution across socials, to identify genuine users across social platforms, and not to mention that we will be the first to identify the main channels that bring you that genuine contribution, like what KOLs are sending you genuine users and not bots or just vanity metrics, because that's super important. And as mentioned earlier, for that we will use AI to identify and score them. Anyway, let's hope that this is just the beginning, and like it was the beginning with the NFTs, right? They started like generative artwork, and then it transformed in much more, because now NFTs are skins in the games, are tickets at the concerts, and so much more than just a simple art, right? So let's hope in time we started a new era with these Telegram mini apps as like simple games like Tap to Earn, but in future we will see that the market will evolve in a way where we can really use and has lots of utility each of these apps, not just play to earn games.
Thank you so much, Marta. We've got one more speaker joining us. Elvis, please introduce yourself and you can proceed with your follow-up.
GM everyone. I'm Elvis, Web3 marketer, and I specialize in mini app games as well, trying to like create visibility for projects on the Web3 space. So I love everything you guys have said. Especially at the previous two speakers, I talked about unique value proposition. I think when it comes to trying to get these games or this your project out to the Nigerian, most persons actually talked about the Nigerian community. I just want to like buttress on this particular point. I think it's more of you having a fun, entertaining and engaging game for you to like get so many persons, so many community members be able to like get into your platform or your product. If you are not able to like make something, sorry, behind the mask, your mic is actually disturbing me. If you're unable to get something that's actually entertaining and engaging, like someone actually said, like it has to be different from every other thing. Most of these games right now are just copycats of what is already out here. You get most of Notcoin, Hamster, like the last speaker just spoke. But if you're able to get something that's actually fun, that the community vibes with, the community gets to understand, like flow with what you're actually putting out, I think it gets the community all hyped up. Then they get to push your project even without you they get to market your project for you for free. Once it's engaging, once it's entertaining, like most of these mini apps that recently has been blowing up, I think it's more of if the community gets to vibe with the experience they are getting from the mini app, it makes them blow. It makes your product blow up immediately, like very fast. In less than 1 week, 2 weeks, you'll be getting to see 700,000 users, a million users in your platform. So yeah, that's I just wanted to contribute that, and I've used my mic.
Thank you so much, Elvis. Guys, Marta, sorry, we're a bit strict on time. I'm just gonna give the last question. If we're gonna have a couple of minutes time box at the end, I'll be super happy to give you the mic back to give your last comments. Guys, as the last part of our panel discussion, we always try to sort of offer you to hold a crystal ball and think about what is the next big thing that we can expect. Of course, no one knows. No one has. Maybe some have the insider info in terms of what's going to be the next big thing, but it's honestly just us sharing our opinions in terms of what we think is going to be there next. Do you think the space is going to evolve further? Do you think you know what is going to be the next hot topic within the mini apps? Or anyway, just I don't know, get creative if you have an idea.
Okay, I could answer on this kind of question as a part of the VC. We're trying to do a lot of analysis on that kind of stuff. And so first of all, I repeat my own quote. The future belongs to apps that actually blend entertainment with their ownership, and if the mini app turning users into the stakeholders of their own experiences. So basically, it's like looking ahead, the Telegram mini apps are poised to integrate more deeply with the blockchain and the Web3 technologies. The integration is expected to create more kind of sophisticated ecosystem where users can not only tap or kind of try to sell the tokens on the exchanges, but users can actually earn, trade, interact with the digital assets, and without any web applications. So basically, the future for the startups, they actually could start from the development of Telegram mini apps, and they show the MVP for the VCs. This actually is the most easiest and cheapest way to show the whole world that your financial model, that your business model, and that your idea is working. So basically, the next trend I see, that all possible projects there will come into Telegram mini apps, and they will try to create this kind of all possible ecosystem that right now in the web space, but they will go into web mini Telegram apps. So basically, that's the trend I could possibly see, and over the next few years, we may see the all these Telegram mini apps evolving into kind of platform that blend the entertainment, the social interaction, and the economic activity that will create the full cycle of user experience and user roadmap into those mini apps. So that's basically what I see from the perspective of the investor. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vlad. Guys, anyone else dares to look into the crystal ball? Ante?
Yeah, thanks. We are preparing an ambassador and the airdrop program, and even before that, we are in frequent calls with community engagement applications like Galaxy, like Ziggy, like Interact, like Snag, etc. And what I've noticed that the narrative and the sentiment is always has been, but even now it's more emphasized on the quote unquote quality users. But I think what is important to have legit users. And blockchain is already solving this problem. And speaking about that, I have heard several times here on the panel the need for the genuine and the quality users. And if you are asking me about some predictions, it's of course impossible to predict. But as I was speaking earlier, I think that opening up of the Telegram to the crypto wallet integration will be the great impact, not only for the mini apps, but I think for the whole space and the market itself.
Thank you so much, Ante. Behind the mask?
Yeah, GM everyone. GM sorry, GM Graphics for this beautiful space. Like when I saw the title, I had to like hop in because it's there's a lot of alpha people can get to learn from several people's perspectives. One thing I always say about participating in projects is like knowing their future. Like, what does it have to offer later on? Is it just tapping and that's the end? Yeah. I'm GM to Lisa, Elvis, Marto, Tonago, Neutize, OX Winch, and Ante, Nick, Vlad, and everyone in the space. Yeah. What I feel about this is Notcoin laid a very good example. I see Notcoin as an experiment that the experiment was to enable mass adoption. Yeah, like to show to the world that, oh, just by tapping the screen you can earn, and tapping is so easy. Like, it's not just it doesn't like really preach that, oh, all games after Notcoin should be tapped to earn. That's literally the mistake most projects are making. Like the projects that came, the surge of projects that came after Notcoin, most of them are like building tap to earn too. They need to like be unique, and those I feel a few of them are getting the concepts. A few of them, like the likes of Watch Racer, is doing more or less like they did a collab with sorry, What's did a collab with Watch Racer, making like a car race. I'm expecting projects to have games like Candy Crush, games like Temple Run. If you know the popular Temple Run that we play on our mobile phone, where you just have to like be swiping and all to earn. You get, so the games need to be captivating, and I feel some projects are realizing that. And it will get to a point where everyone will see that, oh, what's it called? Everybody is going for like the unique projects, the projects that are like addictive, and projects that are like fascinating for them to participate in, because I feel because of the surge of the of how promising the Telegram mini apps are, it's and should I say how much it has onboarded a lot of newbies. They have not really gotten the, should I say, the knowledge of researching, or should I say delving through the ecosystem. They just like participate in anything they see, which I feel with time they will get to understand. Yeah, with time they will get to understand, and if they understand, definitely they will want to be going for projects that are unique, projects that are, should I say, first movers, because um, most times those people copying are just like, I don't want to call them scams, but they have nothing to offer. Let's say you ask them what next after tapping, or what next after the whole airdrop campaign, they might not really have something tangible to say. But you see serious projects that, of course, they understand the concept of, they are a very good project. They have been working before. They now had to integrate it to Telegram, to turn ecosystem for the purpose of that mass adoption. Just the likes of Bloom, for instance. Now, Bloom started its projects saying that they were hoping to have 100,000 users in the whole of 2024. But you see that it's a project that it's looking long term. It has a like a plan. Not that it came because not that it's want to like feast on the glory of Notcoin. And luckily for Bloom, they made that 100,000 users in that day, the first day. That's crazy. That's crazy. And yeah, several other projects that we should actually look out to. I'm saying if what's it called? If they are very, very sophisticated builders and sophisticated projects, I'm very sure we can. If there's nothing possible in the tech space, we can likely have Call of Duty, battle royale games in Telegram. It's possible, and I hope we get there someday, where we'll have to play like battle royale games, and that will be so addictive. Like, we'll have BR players migrating to Ton ecosystem because they will be earning by playing all these games. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Behind the Mask. Neutize?
Yeah, I just want to say real quick that I want to see more, utility mini apps, not just games, but utility mini apps. As I said earlier on this space, that basically, in my opinion, Telegram is building a global WeChat, and yeah, it's very crucial to have such apps. For example, I saw a nice thread on Twitter a few days ago. A guy paid for a beer at the bar using zkSync Clave wallet. I wanted to see such use cases on Telegram because it's really easy if you know how to make websites. Basically, if you want to build the Telegram mini app, you just need to make a website, but a bit different, but it's the same JavaScript language. And I wanted to see more apps which allow to sort of make a bridge between Web 2 and Web 3 worlds. And in my opinion, that's very important for mass adoption, and that's what we all want.
Thank you so much. Marta will be closing this discussion.
Yeah, I never have short answers, so thanks for allowing me to close this. I see most of the speakers associate mini apps with games. However, not all mini apps needs to be amazing games with huge retention, because depending on what your goals are, in my opinion. And recently I noticed that people value more the games and the apps that don't take a lot of time per day. So they can be part of more projects and win more. Because let's face it, for now, most of these users are here for the money and rewards. So our goals was to give a fair chance to anyone, and it takes only 3 to 5 minutes per day to be part of our journey. Just an example. And in the meantime, I grabbed my crystal ball, like you said, and I see it like this. Because revenue in the mobile games market worldwide was forecasted around 100 billion by the end of 2024. I see a huge expansion into the gaming, because and I expect more complex and high quality games to be developed on Telegram and drive that user engagement that other speakers mentioned. And also I can see very easy what I said earlier of this space, that a growth of different dApps that will be available on Telegram, because more decentralized applications are likely to be developed and will take advantage of the large user base that Telegram has. Let's not forget, they have almost 1 billion users. And of course, Ante Medić mentioned about bots like me. So we need better user verification. So to tackle into these bot problems, I guess the future trends may include more sophisticated AI and identity verification mechanisms to integrate in those mini apps. And let's hope Zesh will be one of those, right? And one last thing, but I said it also at the beginning of this space, it's like as Telegram integrates more services like payments, games, dApps, and so on, probably will become the future WeChat. And of course, these mini apps will play that crucial role to achieve that super app.
Thank you so much. Guys, I really, really want to thank you for today's discussion, everyone who joined us today. We hope that you leave with a deeper understanding of how mini apps are shaping the future of this digital interaction. And we hope that you know a little bit more in terms of how to build another app that's super successful, super popular, gains a lot of traction. Once again, thank you so much for joining our today's space. We'll see you here next week with another topic. So yeah, keep let's keep posted. Like look at our announcements. We'll be sharing a lot of good news. And once again, thank you to all of our speakers for joining us today.